What is up, heroes? Welcome back to yet another episode of Heroes of the Storm Beginner's Guide. My name is Sawcasm, and today we're going to be taking a look at Jaina, who's currently one of the only actual mages in this game. She's classed as a range assassin because she can do a ton of damage in a short amount of time, but her and Kalthas really the only two mages. But anyway, I'm going to show you a pretty solid beginner's build to get you started, do massive amounts of damage. And yeah, with that said, let's hop into the game. Let's show you my build.
I'm here to help.
Okay guys, so we find ourselves on the Garden Terror map. Let's take a look at our skills. First of all, we have Frostbolt, which is a line skill, and it deals damage in a line. It does also chill the targets, which is our trait, which reduces their movement speed by 25% and gives us additional 50% damage for a short amount of time, 4 seconds. So really good, and you see how your skills could potentially chain together, and it looks like there is a Sylvanas trying to be a little cheeky here. So we are going to actually just harass her out, and Zeratul also trying to be cheeky, and we do have a Nova on our team trying to be cheeky. But anyway, our W skill is Blizzard, which is this AoE here. It does hit 2 waves, and basically it does deal area damage over here. You'll see it. Okay, so right there, it deals damage in 2 waves, and you see, due to our trait, the chill, we really want to chain your skills together, and oftentimes you don't want to use only one, but sometimes it's beneficial. And our E, Cone of Cold, which deals damage in a cone, who would have guessed, and also chills the target. So for our first talent, we're going to be taking Deep Chill, which increases the amount of the slow from the chill. And this will allow us to, in turn, help us nuke down specific targets that we want a little bit faster, a little bit easier. That little bit added amount of crowd control will really go a long way in the sense of being able to keep a target locked down and in range of our abilities. So believe it or not, that extra 10% of slow is absolutely huge. Now, I'm just being careful over here because Zeratul can absolutely do a ton of damage to us right now. Want to stay alive, definitely worth a lot more to stay alive than maybe a little bit extra amount of, Nova being cheeky. Nova the cheeky one now. Oh, Zeratul, nice dodge, but we do have our Q coming up in a quite 1 second. There we go, able to hit him, harass him that much more, and now we are going to retreat. Looks like the enemy Uther is in the area along with the enemy Sylvanas, so I'm going to opt to head bottom and assist my team and hopefully reduce the chances of us getting ganked at this current moment in time. Looks like they might be going for that Garden Terror, but it's okay because we go for this Garden Terror here. So Jaina absolutely great at bursting down targets, whether it's hero or siege, and later on we definitely get a lot stronger as the game progresses, going from being able to deal pretty good sustained damage to pretty much taking out, wow, I just said pretty much so many times, taking out almost any target almost immediately. Oh my goodness, I'm speaking so redundant today. But we are, unfortunately, it looks like we are going to lose this Terror as we are super low right now. I'm going to attempt to assist my team out with some slows, but it's not going to be enough, and they are going to be able to get a huge amount of seeds from that Terror, so that is super unfortunate. But a couple things to note about Jaina. What is she good at? What is she bad at? Like I just said, she's good at bursting targets down. She is good at dealing a ton of damage in a short amount of time. Pretty good at siege. But later on, she does become absolutely ridiculous at siege once we take Arcane Intellect. So what does Arcane Intellect do? It actually returns mana on shield targets. This means like we could really just push out this wave almost indefinitely in terms of mana sustain, and we really have a lot of mana to be able to do that due to that, and this will allow us to push siege down a little bit easier. So it actually returns, let's see how much. Basic attacks return 5 mana and abilities return 25. So abilities return a lot more than basic attacks, but both reducing the mana when attacking shield targets. So we're so good at clearing waves now, it's absolutely ridiculous. And pushing towers, if they didn't have an enemy Zeratul, which is really the pressure they need to keep someone like me, a solo Jaina, off of those towers. And that is why sometimes laning with a partner could be good as Jaina, but Zeratul definitely a pretty big influence against Jaina, especially early on in the game. We don't have any defensive talents to prevent that, and really the only defensive talent Jaina can get is Ice Block or Sprint, but right now we don't have access to either of those. So I'm gonna head bottom to continue, or top rather, to continue soaking, as I don't believe they are getting the Garden Terror currently either side. So we're just going to push this down. As I said, we're super good at that. Going to get our level 7 talent. For this, we're actually going to take Ice Lance, which what this does, and by the way, here is an example of us doing some siege damage. Not enough because I didn't have my Blizzard up, but if I did, it would have been a whole different story. We would have done a lot more damage to that. So basically, what that talent we just took does is it reduces the cooldown when we use our Q Frostbolt on slow targets. So this is dangerous as they might be up top, and Zeratul might be out. Okay, they're not. Well, now they might be going for that terror, so I'm just going to kind of hang out in the area and see if we can potentially stop them. Okay, it looks like we are, so I'm going to try to harass them as much as possible. Like I said, we are really good at that, especially on a single target, because the way we picked our talents is so that we can continue hitting a single target and really dealing a lot of damage to them while slowing them just like that, because that talent that we just took allows us to do just that. So every time we hit with our Q, reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds if they're already chilled, which means we could almost keep them in our range indefinitely. So that, along with the extra slow from the chill, is really what we're going for here in terms of the added amount of CC. So you see Jaina super good at CC, while all the while having really good damage. Now, her flaws are that she's super squishy, and I'm going to head... Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Okay, good, we're fine. I'm going to head mid to attempt to defend this terror from getting this keep, because that could be super deadly for us. And it's always important to prioritize the flower as opposed to the garden terror. Once you get that down, then you could feel free to get that. And Jaina also good at slowing the garden terror. Really good for that. We are going to get almost zoned out with that polymorph. It looks like Zeratul hopping on me. Okay, good job by that Uther, and he's going to teleport away. So I'm going to cast. You want to keep in mind the order of that you cast stuff, because it can really influence, you know, whether or not you get that extra Frostbolt slow and cooldown reduction or not. So for this talent, let's see. Let's take a look at our teams. Uh-oh. Okay, so we are going to take Summon Water Elemental, and I'll explain why in a second, because I'm currently in the heat of a battle and very distracted. But basically, we have two different options, right? Both very, very good for their own reason, their own purpose. But basically, Summon Elemental is this right here. We can cast it, and what it does is actually locks onto a target. It deals some damage, it slows, and this is really good when the enemies have stealth targets, because what you could do is actually, when the stealth target comes up, you could pop it on them, and it will pretty much follow them out, and it will really reduce the effectiveness of the stealth target, because they won't be able to go back into the stealth and do their assassin things. Now, we do have another talent, Ring of Frost, which is a really good option when we do have more of a wombo composition, you know, ETC and stuff like this. Got to be careful, because Zeratul could easily assassinate that Gazlo. And I'm just going to tell him a million times to retreat. And speaking of Zeratul, looks like he is doing just that, or attempting to do just that. So we're going to attempt to beat the heck out of him. That's what you get! That's what you get for trying to focus down my Gazlo! And anyway, sorry, I just got super hyped there. But we're going to head down bottom to attempt to assist my team. They're in a little bit of a disadvantage, but we did take out the Zeratul super quick. So potentially this could go well if we do play it smart and fight at the tower. But it looks like Gazlo's not here either, and Nova gets taken out. So now what we want to do is, where are you going, buddy? Arthas, buddy, where are you going? Huge wave. You see, we took that wave out almost instantly. It looks like my Arthas may want to reinitiate here. Unsure, but it's a possibility. She already did blow her escape. But let's go for some Merc camps right now. Definitely not a bad option, as we do have most lanes pushed out pretty far. Now, we can potentially take something. I think top would be a good option, and let this Merc camp do work on mid. We're actually going to save our Water Elemental right now. You could use it a little bit early, but like I said, for the stealth target, super good. Oh, and Sylvanas also picked his stealth talent. Quite interesting. Interesting pick there. You never really see that. But Water Elemental, very, very versatile, and definitely has a multitude of uses, as we don't only need to use it on a stealth target, obviously. We can use it for quite a lot of things. For bosses, we could use it to tank if we're, you know, lacking a tank in a particular fight. Obviously, you don't want to use it as a main tank, because it does get taken out super easy. But it is super, super versatile in that sense. So it looks like we are going to get this terror and get our first terror because of it, while they are getting theirs at the bottom. We do have a chance to contest this if we do get there in time. However, we didn't, so we didn't have a chance to contest that. Now, usually I like the tank to go for the terror. However, in quick match, to be honest, I don't trust my team. I'm going to be completely honest with you. There's a lot of times where they take the guard and terror or just any objective and they just absolutely have no clue what to do with it. Now, not saying I'm the best by any means with it, but I definitely oftentimes do a lot better than, than maybe some other people would. But yeah, so we're going to actually try to get down this middle towers here, as we do have the enemy Vala focusing us down, which is perfectly fine. If we are going to function as a tank, I'm not mad at that, because we're doing a lot of tanky here and soaking for our team. Not soaking in the form of XP, but soaking in the sense that we're, taking damage for our team that they don't have to worry about because of us. So that's good. Now we're going to head up top, see if we could place down a flower pot up here. Looks like we are able to. Gonna come around the side. A little bit inefficient with the time, but it's okay. We're gonna go try to focus this down. Looks like their enemies are mid, and we are getting pushed down over here, but I feel like they should be able to defend it as we do get this. Sylvanas is most likely gonna be able to take that down. The question is, can I take this out before she takes me out? Unfortunately, if I would have placed... Oh, this is interesting. Okay, well, I knew that was coming, but that was a really kind of a last-ditch effort. Let's just send our water elemental there. By the way, you can control your water elemental. You just press R again, and you can actually direct where it goes. So this looks like this Uther is going to be easy pick for us, as he does get a very nice invulnerable off. However, we're going to be able to slow him along with the... the Arth is slow. Yeah, so... Let's just push this wave out. We're doing okay. We're not in a bad spot by any means. What we need to do right now is get some merc camps. We do have a ton of damage, ton of siege, and for our next town, we're going to take sprint, which is, like I said, our only form of defense. So we're going to take that ASAP Rocky, and if we need to, we're going to dip out ASAP Rocky from any uneventful fights that we don't wish to be in. So let's take down this merc camp. Like I said, look at our siege. Absolutely ridiculous. We may not be the best team fighting composition, but our siege, absolutely insane. And so play to your strengths. If you are a heavy siege composition, get all those camps, hurry up, push down some towers, stuff like that. So, yeah. I see you. I see you. Oh, the double. Quite interesting. Never really see anyone take that talent. Don't think she's going to be able to get it. Okay, that's fine. We did push her back enough. So for the next time, we're going to take Numbing Blast, which actually roots targets when they are chilled for a short amount of time. So just that extra bit of CC, and in turn, being able to keep a target CC'd will allow us to deal more damage to them in the long run, if you think about it. So yeah, get a nice little gank arena on that Vala, and it looks like Sylvanas is top. So we have a lot of room to breathe over here while getting these seeds, which is definitely a priority for us, as you need 100 to get your Garden Terror. And we potentially could get that right here, or end up with 100 total. It looks like they did get the seeds over there, so we know that there's someone in the area. Where exactly, it's hard to say. They might be over there. Just going to ping that just for safety. And if not, we're going to head back and do some siege damage to this target here. We can potentially ult it, or heroic ability it, but I think it's definitely more useful. Save it for utility. Now, at this point, we do have a ton of damage. And like I said before, quick match, I don't always trust my team with the terror, but right now we have so much damage, it's more likely better for us to save our not go in the terror and actually have a lot of damage to back us up in a fight when we do get the terror. Now, it looks like this Tyrael gonna get taken out super quick, so that is good. That puts us in a really good spot, and most likely gonna allow us to defend this. It looks like, looks like they do have a lot of people just grouped up over here, so that is really good for us. I'm glad. Thank you for that. And we do have sprint ready to go at any given moment. Oh, looks like Sylvanas is out of position, and she did blow her escapes. So that is a time you absolutely want to focus her down. And I'm going to alert my team. Oh man, what a fail. Oh, she has so many of those wraiths with her build. Okay, quite interesting build. I mean, I don't know how effective it is, but she's definitely missing out on some important talents there, and that is the sacrifice that you are paying. It's the trade-off. By having that many escapes, you're not going to be able to deal... Okay. Well, the good news is we do have a lot of AoE to do some sort of counter to that. However, she's just super quick with that thing, to be honest. And it's not really something you see too often. Okay, let's... try to burst her down, but like I said, super quick. Okay, Zeratul over here, getting ready to sprint if need be. Uh-oh. Judgment coming out from Material. Gonna be able to take out our buddy, and we're gonna back up. They are super low, so that is unfortunate. But the Terror is attacking... Oh, man. Oh! That insane assassin combo. That was quite interesting. Definitely something I need to experiment more in the form of that Sylvanas. But yeah, so... Lady Kabuto. This Garden Terror is pushing top, or the Vala rather, is able to get the Fortress, and unfortunately also going to take out the Uther in a 1v1 as the enemies just hit level 20. So this is putting us in a super bad position. Our backs are against the wall, and everyone now on their team composition, on their team, is starting to come into their own in the form of damage, and really starting to shine more in the late game as we are starting to fall off, and our siege damage composition isn't really cutting it as much, and this is quite interesting. We both have Uthers pretty much doing the same amount of healing, but we're just struggling for some reason. You know, we do have Nova and Gazlo, which are not known to be two of the best team fighters, but oh well. A little bit of lag here. We are at a level, or 2-level deficit, almost 1 now, but they are level 20, so it's going to be difficult for us to fight here. So they're pretty much going to get free reign of these merc camps, which is kind of sad because, like I said, that is our strength, the merc camps. Maybe we'll be able to sneak this one over here with the Gazlo and take it out really quickly. That is what I'm hoping, as we are. And now we could take this one and potentially do a little bit of rescuing here. And by rescue, I mean rescue the game, of course. But what we need to do is actually just be pretty patient and soak everything until level 20. You know, these merc camps can definitely assist in that. They are pushing middle, and they will give us a little bit of room to breathe as we get some of these seeds up here. But we definitely need a Terror up here with only 5 more seeds. So I'm going to let someone else hop in that for now as we do progress. Now, Gazlo has to be super careful. So I'm just going to alert him because he is pushing way too far into enemy territory, and that could be lethal. Potentially, but what do you know? Gazlo getting ganked. Who would have ever guessed that? A Gazlo overextended to enemy territory with no escapes getting ganked. It's a big surprise to me. But anyway, this Tyrael may have also overextended as well. So we have an option to use sprint offensively as well as defensively. However, oftentimes I don't opt to use it that way for a couple of reasons. One, it's our only defense, you know. We literally don't really have another defense other than, you could argue that the CC that we have is another defense, but most of the time it's not going to be enough to protect us from, say, an assassin. Now, let's throw down everything we got, including our heroic ability, because it's useless if you're dead. So we're just going to keep that in range of us. Going to place it on that plant over there and use it to... Ooh, nice heal from Uther. Okay, now what we could do that we got a little more health and a little bit, we could be a little bit less scared of the Zeratul. Wait, is Zeratul dead? No. Zeratul is still alive, so we need to be a little careful. But anyway, for the next talent, we're going to be taking Bolt of the Storm. We have a couple options here. You could beef up your final ability, your Water Elemental, if your team lacks damage. Right now, that's not our issue. But this will give us, basically it's a flash from League of Legends. It's basically a blink. And what it does is allow us to... blink in a short area. So that you see, this is the distance. It's actually not that short. You could also use it over the walls, of course, and really good for some... Wow, I can't believe I said this whole time that our only escape was sprint. We also have this. But of course, for the majority of the game, that was our only escape. We could also use it once again to initiate, but we're not going to. So anyway, trying to do what we can to this siege... or to this Garden Terror, rather. And rather difficult, mainly because we did blow our heroic ability and everything already, but we do have it coming up right now, And you gotta be careful for that judgment, so I'm just backing up there and gonna be able to take out that Uther. He does have redemption, so I'm gonna ping to let them know he very well may have redemption and be able to revive. And so I'm just kind of hanging out over here to see if that's the case. Alright, it looks like he does get taken out. And redemption, in case you guys don't know, is a talent that Uther gets at level 20, which essentially allows him to revive once he's dead on a pretty long cooldown, but it's still super useful. We are able to get this Garden Terror almost uncontested, and now would be a great time to start taking some siege camps, as we do have a numbers advantage. So especially on their end, you know, when you have an advantage, you really want to push as hard as you can in terms of, you know, map control, which means taking the siege camps on their side is more valuable than the siege camps on our side because, oh, we're all over the place kind of, so that's bad, but, well, able to get some nice damage off. Okay, well, we got a dip outie, and that is the benefit of the blink plus sprint. Now, sprint wearing off already, and I already feel like there may be some stealth enemies lurking in the... What the heck was that? I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was scary as hell. It was like some pipe noise or something, but it was creepy. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We did kind of burn our water elemental. Maybe not the best use of it. And sorry if you guys can hear that extremely loud noise. Sounds like my house gonna explode, actually. I have no clue. I'm actually kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, we're gonna head up top and see if we could do defending. What kind of grammar is that? See if we can defend this, and we are gonna, or the Zeratul rather, is going to get bursted down. Going to use that Blink of the Storm. You see Bolts of the Storm on a 40-second cooldown, so that is super useful for a very squishy target such as myself, and I'm a very tasty target for the enemy team and assassins. If I was on the other team, I'd be like, yeah, go for Jaina. Not only because it's me, and I'm not saying that I'm, oh, it's Sawcasm. He's playing Jaina, go for him. But just Jaina in general can absolutely wreck teams if left uncontested, and that is the reasoning behind that. So yeah, gonna play. Oh, back up. We did get silenced, so it wasn't much we could do there. This, oh man, oh, they're so low. Uh-oh. Bolts of the Storm, baby! Let's see, we have our Water Elemental coming up. Watch out for that Tyrael passive. Now watch out also for that Zeratul. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. I'll let the Water Elemental just follow the Zeratul. Looks like he did go stealth, and then the Water Elemental de-aggroed, so I'm going to back up. We don't have our Bolts of the Storm ready to go. That actually, I mean, to be honest, that was best case scenario. That definitely could have went a lot worse. Now, what we need to do is take this Merc camp and make something happen. If we win a team fight here, we could potentially be in a very good position. So I am going to... Oh, thank goodness that noise stopped. Excuse me. We are going to push down this mid lane, as we should, or maybe possibly defend bottom, but on the way there, you know, just get a nice little wave clear over there, because we have such good wave clear. When you take out this Merc camp, they do have an enemy down. We really need his Gazlo to stick with us, so I'm going to spam ping him to let him know, hey buddy, your services are greatly appreciated. We like what you do, and we need you, and stay with us, buddy. Looks like they are attempting to get these seeds down here, which is super dangerous for us. Oh, the Savannah's getting taken out, and we are able to potentially burst down their enemy team. There's, oh, baby, that's how it's done. Uh-oh, Tyrael over here. This is exactly what we needed, guys. All right, now, we're going to use our Water Elemental to tank, assuming it doesn't get taken out by the enemy. Uh-oh, redemption? Oh, no, that's our friendly Uther. Well, I was going to say, assuming it doesn't get taken out by the Tyrael heroic, as it didn't. Oh, okay. He didn't have redemption. Well, it might have been in cooldown, I'm not sure. But anyway, Gazlo would be a great option right now to either solo this tower if he can. I'm not sure if he can. I actually don't think he can. Or go back and get this tower while we are busy with this. And then we could do some extreme pushing here and possibly get this other tower so that we have another one ready to go as soon as possible. Or we go for a Merc camp. Either or would be a great option right now. Just put as much pressure on the enemies as possible. I actually think that the Merc Camp is the better choice, so you can put some more immediate pressure, whereas getting the other Terror would be more of long-term pressure. And right now we really need some immediate pressure to give us some room to breathe and the likes. Now, with that said, we still need to be careful because right now they are mostly up, and one bad team fight, one sour team fight could really spell danger for us. We do have our water elemental ready to go, and it looks like they do have 3 people. Oh no, the Garden Tower is coming to us. Now that is dangerous because the Garden Tower is actually shown on the map. Okay, good. He's doing a good job of distracting, keeping them away from us, as he should be doing. This Arthur is taking a lot of damage, so I'm just going to ping to let him know, hey dude, you're taking a lot of damage. Going to soak up these just in case they do come over here. And we are going to... Garden Tower going to get taken out. I mean, was it the best sacrifice? I don't know. But it was definitely not bad in the sense that he did take it out. Plus, we have another Terror, I believe, coming up in 30 seconds. This Gazlo seemingly making some sort of great escape. I don't know what is happening over here with you, Gazlo, but okay, so now we need to retreat as we are getting cut off, and Uther in a pretty bad spot right now, as am I, but I am already mounted up and ready to dip out at any possible second, along with Bolts of the Storm. So I'm not too afraid, but they could potentially do some harm to us. And that is exactly what I'm talking about, the long-term pressure. We were able to land a second Terror while they don't have any. So let's push with Terror. We need... If Arthas could take that Terror, that'd be great. And we could actually push with it and really, you know, potentially make a big push or win a team fight here. So, yeah, we do need to delay for Gazlo. I just meant when he comes up and push all together, but that's not what I said. What I said was not what I meant. What a fail. What a fail. But yeah, we want to make sure you use your Frostbolt sparingly in the sense that you want it for when you can get the cooldown. So, the cooldown reduction, rather, from the talent that we took. Okay, so Gazlo coming up in 5 seconds. Might have to pop our water elemental a little bit early to defend. Let's see, let's pop it on Vala because she doesn't really have any escape. Okay, good. Okay, good. We're able to take out... Oh! I was spam. You could hear the spam coming out of my keyboard and my mouse to try to get that Bolt of the Storm off. Unfortunately, we were not able to, and it looks like the enemy Zeratul dealing an absolute ridiculous amount of damage. Now, that is unfortunate, because if we were able to get our burst off, we could have really done a lot of damage to their backline. So a little bit slow in that reaction time. Definitely should have anticipated the Zeratul coming out there, but it looks like they are going to get the win there. So good game, guys. Definitely awesome game. That could have really, if we won that fight, that pretty much would have been a win for us. Not 100%, but pretty much would have been a win. So this could have went either way, and I hope you guys did enjoy. This is a really, really good build for beginners. You don't have too much to worry about. Of course, as Jaina, you are very squishy, so you need to be careful. But with that said, I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you did, please leave a like rating on this video. I truly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. And with that said, don't forget to check out the other beginner guide. Thanks for watching. Peace!